The bull market is in full glory, and the only thing pulling back right here is my hairline. But altcoins are the ones where we should look to make most money. So in this video, I would like to speculate a little bit. What if we buy Bitcoin right now? And what if we buy altcoins right now? What's the most rewarding? We of course know that altcoins are higher risk, but does it really matter in a bull market? I don't think so. So let's go over something super interesting to see what the returns could actually be if you get your hands on some good altcoins. First, I want to take a minute of your time to talk about an amazing giveaway that I'm doing for you guys. As you maybe know, I'm running a Patreon where you can get into exclusive sales, follow influencer wallets like Alex Becker and Elio Trades. I drop exclusive videos right there, show my own portfolio, and even give one-on-one calls. Now you can win the highest tier for a lifetime worth of $250 per month. So as you see, there is a Bybit link down below. I partnered up with Bybit because it is time for altcoins again. Bitcoin is doing very well and alt season will come. Now, Bybit has a great selection of altcoins. Therefore, I chose to partner up with them. So if you want to buy alts or sell alts, use the link down below. Sign up. That's the first step. Second step, deposit at least $100. And the third step is just trade like you always do, and we will pick the winner based off the highest trading volume. Now, there's always a good reason to sign up because there will be more giveaways in the future, and everybody that signed up to the link is automatically selected, so there's always a chance to win something. Now let's ride this bull market together. Bitcoin is sitting at $65,000. This thing is sitting at all-time highs right now. Right, there was a high, but it was a little bit of a wick actually. If we do take a look at that, then if we're looking at closing basis, we're there. All right, so Bitcoin can of course make us money, and it can do a 3, 4, 5x from here. A lot of people would say like that's too high, you know. Maybe I'm too high. I don't know, but I do think that Bitcoin could do really well. But then again, is it going to be like massively rewarding to now buy Bitcoin? We had that. Unless we're getting a major correction, then we're getting a great opportunity. But other than that, we would like to take a look at altcoins, of course. So with these green numbers right here, we're looking like shit. Where can we allocate our money? Now, I would like to take a look at this tool. This is super interesting because here you can see what if you would have bought some, certain altcoins, and how much would your portfolio have gone up or down? So we can, use that with the past, but first we have to think like, okay, where in the cycle are we? Now, that's super hard to predict, of course. I mean, the only reasonable answer I have, if you ask me, where are we in the cycle, is, yeah, we're probably here, right? I can't tell you we're here or here. Like, the most logical answer would be, well, we are here before the halving, right? But if we look at that's the time where we are. But if we look when it comes to price, that's slightly different where we are, right? When we look at price, we are above the 618 and by quite far right now. And we are 30% above the 618. So if we take the 618 right here and we go 30% above it, then we end up here, $17,000 Bitcoin. So this is, when it comes to that, quite comparable to where we came from and where we are right now. So that's November 16, 2020. So let's go back in time to November 16, 2020. And let's buy some altcoins and see what it would have done. We can, of course, be very smart and be like, okay, what can we buy? Well, we can buy the current top 10, but we already know that that's the current top 10, right? So they already performed well. So what we can also do is go back to CoinMarketCap historical, and here we can go to the same date and look like, hey, what's in the top 10 or the top 20, top 50 back then? Because that's actually what we are buying right now if we look at the 4-year cycle. So let's, first look like, okay, Bitcoin and Ethereum, are these, safe plays? Let's buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Buy. And we put $1,000 in total. Okay, if we bought Bitcoin and Ethereum back then, so kind of where we are right now, and again, this is not predicting, right? But this is more like, hey, we have a 4-year cycle. It's playing out pretty, in many ways, it's playing very similar. So, what can we do right now that maybe can benefit us in the coming bull market? So, if we put $1,000 divided in Bitcoin and Ethereum, so 500 here, 500 here, how would it went? Well, our $1,000 at the top would be worth 7K, right? So 7x, that's decent. And are we going to get a 7x with just Bitcoin and Ethereum right now? I don't know. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum, like Bitcoin 3, 4x, maybe something like that, maybe 5x, Ethereum 6, maybe 7. Well, maybe, but that's not much more than that. Right, so if you are very much like, and this, some people say, no, you should not do that. Like, some people should. Like, not everybody has the same risk tolerance, of course, right? So if you are the type of person that feels like, you know what, I have a lot of money, for example, I don't need to make many exits to really make my life better, or the money that I put in is worth a lot to me, right? And crypto is already risky enough, so let's not go into the the Hunger Games of crypto where everybody kills each other for meme coins. Then you could say like, okay, let's go into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and this is what you would have gotten out of it last cycle when you invested in this stage of the market. Great. Okay, 7K, 7x, nice, right? Also, remember there came a bear market after that, and your $1,000. It never went back to $1,000 though, and it now still we were 5.7K. But overall, selling right here and buying back around this area is better, right? But okay, other than that, we had a couple of altcoins in the top 10, right? So let's go with a couple of these altcoins, put them in that list, and see what that would have done. So let's go with XRP, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, BNB, Polkadot, Cardano, and Bitcoin SV. So there we have it. Same time of buying, same amount of money, but not divided over Bitcoin and Ethereum, but divided over the altcoins which were hot back then. I don't know if you remember the last, bull bear market, beginning of the bull market, but these were the big daddies, right? And most of them are still there. I mean, Chainlink was top 5. That's crazy, right? But we also had Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV. Yeah, they're not really, here right now. I shouldn't wear green on a green screen. But overall, still altcoins that are there. So I don't expect any worse performances, to be honest. Your $1,000 would have been worth $9,000, right? So more than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not much more. But again, it depends. Like, this is $1,000. Like, if you just have $1,000, I wouldn't recommend Bitcoin and Ethereum in the first place. But if you're playing with a little more money and you put, let's say, $10,000 in, hey, then it's a difference of making 70K or 90K, right? And that's quite a difference, 20K difference, right? That's doable. So okay, not bad, right? And how come that this isn't moving that fast? Well, I think it has something to do with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. If we take those out, what would have it been? It would have been 11K, right? So it's mostly because also back then in the top 10, there were coins that never really came back and never really did that well. Right now, I'm not going to really make too much conclusions, but you make your own, right? Like, look at our current top 10 and be like, okay, is there anything in the top 10 that now we have BNB, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Avalanche, Shiba, Polkadot? That's kind of the same list, right? So could it be that one or two of these coins will underperform and make your portfolio not grow as much? It's good, right? I have my personal opinions about a couple of top projects that shouldn't really belong there, but they do, right? And maybe they're a good investment. So let's go back and let's try this again, but now with like, I don't even want to say the riskier stuff, but slightly lower, right? So from 13 EOS until like, I don't know, here somewhere, right? That's 13 till 22, the same as Tron, Chainlink, Polygon, Ton, Bitcoin Cash for some reason still there, Uniswap, Litecoin, ICP, Filecoin, right? The coins that you feel like, okay, you know, most of these seem pretty solid, right? Let's take a look. So there we have it. Back then, the hot coins, right? The coins that most of them are not that hot right now anymore. EOS, XMR, TRX, etc. Let's take a look. $1,000, same story. Starting with that, and it went all the way up to 4K, 5K. So that's funny, right? Now, my conclusion is that even though people always say, don't invest in Bitcoin, it's boring. Don't invest in in Ethereum, it's boring. It was better to do that than scroll down this list and invest in those, right? Like, and I know the coins that are out right now are better, most of them, than the coins 4 years ago. But still, it is interesting to see. It's really interesting to see. Now, of course, if you went down in this list, then you could have made a lot of money because, for example, if you invested back then in Dogecoin, hey, you did well. You did really well. But it kind of, compensates for the coins like OMG or Yuma or Ethereum Classic or, well, Zcash, right? And even in the top 100, there were coins back then that you now probably never heard of, right? If you look at some stuff right here, you'd be like, where is it? What does it do, right? So it does tell you, like, be a little careful with altcoins. You overall in a bull market, you can buy pretty much everything and make money, but that's pretty much everything. That's not everything, right? If you're not too sure and you feel like, man, it doesn't have to be that crazy, then Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Solana, BNB, the coins you'll know they're probably going to stay and do well, are a great choice. But if you just go into our current top whatever and you'd be like, well, let's buy some Stellar, right? Let's buy some H-bar, let's buy some Injective. They could do well. They could do well. But if you don't know what you're doing, then it could also be that these coins will wreck you and that you could have had way bigger profits with, way lower risk coins actually. So that's quite funny. Now, we can do this again and again and again by going all the way down this list. But the problem is most of these coins are not even tracked right here because they are all dead, right? There are a lot of coins right here that didn't work out. And there are some you will probably recognize, like IOTA or a Arweave or a, whatever, what was it, Nervous Network, etc., etc., etc. But overall, you see what the returns are at this point. Now, the problem is also that once we had the bull market, and the bull market topped out, I want to the exact date was, the week of November 8th, right? So let's do this the other way around now. Let's start with this list again, right? And the week of November 8th, 2021. So what if you kept those coins in the bear market, right? So now let me put it like that, because not everybody is that great with timing, right? Timing is most important, more important than buying the right coins. I dare to argue with anybody that that's the case, okay? So what if you bought the same list, but not now, but at the top of the bull market? Your $1,000 would have been worth $330 at the lowest point. I must say, that's not bad. I expected worse. I don't know why and what is keeping this up so much. because just a like 1,000 to 300, that's like a, well, that's basically the same loss that Bitcoin and Ethereum would have gave you, if I remember correct. Like, yeah, we got the date right. 100%. Yeah, we got the date right. Goddamn, what's happening right here? Because if you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, you look at this, it's even lower. That's weird. There goes my argument of not buying altcoins during a bear market. I mean, we all know we should not do that, but this is definitely not a great example. Overall, holding altcoins during a bear market isn't the best thing to do. And if you want to be in the market necessarily, you can better just have Bitcoin. And I won't even say Ethereum actually, but just Bitcoin probably. But with these last couple of coins that I showed you, didn't really matter. They were pretty strong. And, you know, that's probably also because they didn't went up that hard in the bull market. So therefore they don't, you know, have to go down that much in a bear market. That's one argument that you can give it. But maybe there was an outperformer in there that could be. What's also interesting is that if you would have bought the current top 10, so that's cool, right? The coins that are the strongest coins, actually, if you bought them at the top of the bull market with 1K, you rode it all the way down to $188. Right? So $188. Like, that's how much you can lose in a bear market. And then you're even lucky that you have bought the coins that actually survived, right? I mean, you could have also added Bitcoin Diamond or anything. I don't know where the hell it is, but I've never heard of it anymore. So it probably didn't do that well, right? But a lot of people, it was top 100. A lot of people thought, oh, Bitcoin Diamond, it is absolutely crazy. It had a market cap of $85 million in this period of time. Let's take a real quick look at Bitcoin Diamond just for the fun of it. So BCD it is, I think. 60. Again, bad example. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, now in this same stage of the market, it has a $34 million market cap, right? Well, we are actually 4 years later. Much more money is sitting in the market right now. And that's even after it had this big pump. So you could see that these coins, they peak out at a certain price. In this case, it peaked out at $147 and it went all the way to like 50 cents or so. You know, go shorty. Not so great. So in a bear market, it's always, you want to be careful. Coins go down anyway, right? And most of them will die. In a bull market, like we just saw, coins will make you returns, even the bad ones. But not every one of them necessarily. So of course, you always have to do your research when you buy something. And again, you could say like, yeah, you know, these coins back then were trash and now we have better coins. But reminder, like probably in 4 years from now, we look at our current top 10 and we also be like, you know, trash coins. We now have way better coins, right? Of course, the quality keeps on improving. I'm getting more and more faded right here. I think I'm slowly dying right now. But just be careful. Don't just be a diamond hand. Don't just hodl because it's cool to do or anything. In a top of a bull market or around the top of a bull market, sell everything. Right? You don't want to be the guy, you know, let's say we are here somewhere right now, right? We're here, but let's say we're here somewhere and we ride it all the way up like, whoa, we make sick gains right there. You don't want to be the guy that says like, okay, I'm not going to sell and this is everything I live for and diamond hands all the way. And then ride it all the way down again and take a fucking 85% loss. That's not what you want to do, right? So it's better to not marry stuff. And just sell when you have profits. If you understand the cycles, come back in later and just rebuy. It was so easy to actually make money if you are in crypto for more than 2 cycles, right? You buy around the bottom area. You don't have to buy the exact bottom. You sell around the top. You make a 15x. Let's say you start with $1,000. You do very poorly, right? You buy way off the bottom right here and you sell way off the top. You still have $15,000, right? Then you save it all up. You buy again around the bottom, and now you're, you know, let's say we're going like, I don't know, 2 trillion seems very like doable to me. You make another 15x, right? You're 15K, you make a 15x on that. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money. This is, what is it, 200? I don't know. I suck. I'm tired. But that's a lot of money, especially if you know that you started with $1,000 and you pulled it all off in a matter of 6 years. Crazy. But don't completely rely on one cycle or one, you know, specific altcoin in a cycle, thinking like, hey, the market goes up, everything goes up. Last cycle showed us again like, you know, overall we go up, but, you know, some coins just don't have the momentum anymore. Don't be stubborn, right? Don't be stubborn. That's all I wanted to share today. Short video, but I think it was quite interesting to look at it like that. Guys, one request. If you like the video, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn that bell notification on. I'll be back tomorrow.